Hello all, my name is Mars, and today I will be playing In Their Shoes. This is a mumblecore narrative game following 7 characters through 49 fragmented but interconnected moments in their lives. Mumblecore, if you are as unfamiliar with the term as I was, is apparently a film genre from the early 2000s with naturalistic dialogue, often improvised dialogue, that focuses on the lives of young adults. I played the demo for In Their Shoes last Next Fest, and I think that describes the game pretty well, honestly. The full game just came out a couple weeks ago, and I was looking for a second series to add to my channel. This game seemed like a pretty neat option. I enjoyed the demo quite a bit. Before we start, there is a content warning. I'll just put that up on screen, and if any of that bothers you, proceed with caution. And I think it's important to note that the themes are handled sensitively and are integral to the narrative of the game. Alright, I've given you a second to read that. We can start. Moment to be played, an ending where choices are made. So we're playing as Nico in Sandals. We get a choice between characters and shoes from the demo, but it seems like Nico is pretty much the only character we have access to right now. These are sandals. I think every character has one moment in each pair of shoes, but we already know some stuff about Nico. So, yeah, you're practically strangers, but there's room to grow. How well do you know Nico? Play moments and collect additional keywords beyond the initial 5 to increase the number of thoughts you can enter. So every character has 26 keywords associated with them. A to Z, which I think, what a fun challenge for the developers to think of something about each character that starts with each letter. Like, I don't think I could do that for myself, honestly, but I was wondering if this would be the case in the full game, but yes, every character does start with 5. I wondered if maybe they pre-unlocked some in the demo, but no. So, about Nico. Jabbar, like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Nothing riles her like watching what should have been a perfect hook shot bouncing off the rim. So she likes basketball. IKEA. Being taller than your average bookcase isn't always an advantage. Late bloomer. She feels inadequate for not having left the home until the age of 28. Whew. I've been there. I am currently there. Sicily. She fears that ricotta and sun-dried tomatoes will lead to the end of civilization. This game takes place in Italy, I believe. It takes place in Milan. And I think that ricotta and sun-dried tomatoes have been around a long time and they haven't ended society yet. Underwear. She adores wearing brightly colored sports bras and panties. Cool. Alright, so we're Nico in Sandals. In ending, we're starting right at the end, where choices are made. This moment may be affected by your choices in another moment. Interesting. All right, I have dawdled long enough. Let's actually get into the moment. Nico is at the Blue Rose alone. 2 thought tokens. Long day at the law office, huh? Can I get you something to eat with that? How about an appetizer? I'd say that would go well with some chips. Or olives, maybe? No thanks. I'm fine. At certain points in the moments of In Their Shoes, you will be able to access the protagonist's thoughts. The number shown in the bottom right corner indicates how many thought tokens are available during the current playthrough of this moment. When that black scribble appears, your character is thinking something. If you have thought tokens available and want to redeem one, click and hold to enter the protagonist's mind. Click again to close the thought and return to the moment. So we only have a limited number of these tokens, is the thing. And this, I remember from the demo, we only had 2 or 3, like 2 to 4 for each moment in the demo. And the black scribbles appear more often than that, so you do have to kind of pick and choose early on at least. When you want to access a character's thoughts. It looks like they're forcing us to do that now, but what would Daddy think if he could see me in this state? Drunk? Thoughts remain accessible for a limited number of dialogue lines, for as long as you see the scribble. Rereading a thought you have already accessed does not cost anything. If you want to access new thoughts, when the scribble appears again, you will need to redeem additional tokens if you have any available. The number of thought tokens available in each playthrough of any given moment increases as you unlock that character's 26 keywords. Check the bar on the character screen. The better you know them, the more thoughts you'll be able to access. Alright, it's been scrolling past while I was being tutorialized. Help! Why didn't I put that in the bottle for you to have later and bring you something more refreshing? Maybe a soda? Or an iced tea? Then what? Fruit juice? I thought that after this I'd ask you for an ITS Milano. You know, something to really make my head spin. Alright. Bring on the appetizer. So, she's really drunk, and the bartender is concerned about her. Good call. Objection sustained. So what can I get you? Whatever. Just let me drink my Negroni in peace. Objection overruled. Keyword unlocked. I can't talk today. That is not a Negroni. It's a beer. Lager. Unfiltered. What? You're right. Please strike that from the record. How did I get into this state? Do I really want to go on like this, drinking like a loser? Which I am, by the way. Maybe it's time I got a grip on myself. Not even aware of what she's drinking. Sheesh. 4 drinks down and anything's possible, I suppose. But this has to be the first time I've mistaken a beer for a Negroni. Speaking of first times, all these months coming to the Blue Rose and I've never seen you wearing sandals before. And it's only March. I already knew you were a distinguished philosopher. But now I find out you're also a detective? Are your powers of observation always as keen? Maybe I should take that away. What do you say? Yeah, there are dialogue choices, and it seems like the story can branch in a lot of interesting ways. At this point, I think that I'm going to say, maybe you're right, take it away. Story shift. Maybe you're right. Actually, you know what? Objection overruled. After this beer, I'm definitely having that Negroni. Okay, she did not listen to me. Nico, you didn't listen to me. I want to toast my father. Wow! I'm impressed you're still conscious at this point. You seem a bit down today. Down? You think? Yeah, really down. It must be the change in the season. You know, spring is in the air and all that stuff. Come on, Nico, I'm a barmaid. My bullshit detector is pretty well tuned. Your bullshit detector? Sounds ominous. Okay, maybe that was a bit harsh, but seriously, you aren't being your usual self. What's my usual self like? Or you're talking as if we've known each other for years. Do we lean into the friendliness or act a little uncomfortable that she seems to know us so well? I don't know. We obviously go to this bar quite a bit, and she's noticed us. Why? What's my usual self like? Well, you're usually determined and tenacious, but I'm worried that Milan might be making you hard-hearted. But I do think there's more to you than you're prepared to admit, even to yourself. And I think you should stop worrying about the image of yourself that you present to the world. And maybe take up some of the opportunities that come your way because of who you are. I don't think you come to this bar just to get a drink. I wonder if, just maybe, you might like me a little bit? Maybe I intrigue you? If I'm right, what's stopping you from taking the next step? What's the next step? What, do you think I'm into women? This is because of my appearance, isn't it? Um, I do think it's a little presumptuous. I think if she were to say, I'm into you, I would be a little more welcome to this, but she is assuming that I'm into her, which, if you're into something, saying you're into me is a lot to put into someone's mouth. And yeah, maybe a little presumptuous. I mean, I remember from the demo there is an option to go home with the waitress, but I mean, she's assuming a lot just from by looking at Nico. This is because of my appearance, isn't it? What is it, my hair? My height? It's the sandals, isn't it? Come on, I'd still like you even if you were a man. Well, I do like you. I've liked you for a while. Now this is a little more okay. I like you just because you're you. And I'd like to get to know you better. Why are you crying? I'm not crying. It's just a tear. A tear? Just the one? Seriously, just the one? A confused tear. Today isn't a good day. That's why I'm drinking more than usual. Does that mean I can take your glass? It's time for that Negroni. It's time for the song. I still think she is right that we need to stop drinking. I know the Negroni is just for a toast, but I don't like the thought of getting more alcohol put in front of us. It's time for the song. The closing song. The closing song? That sad one, the one you play to make everybody go home. The one about Milan. Is that what you call it? It's beautiful. I can play it right now and then we can get out of the Blue Rose. Or out of Milan if you want. I'm not done with the city yet. Or yeah, I think it's time I left. I mean, it seems to be taking a number on her. Did the barmaid mention, like, did she mention law school or the law office? Either way, you've got a career here, Nico. I'm going to come right out and say it. This is a game about life in the city, and I am very much not a city person, so I think that, yeah, if someone gets the option to leave and I'm in their shoes, I'm going to say, yeah, I think it's time I left. Okay. Alright, new characters. We can play as Alex or Nina. Alex, I think we have the option of playing in the demo. Nina is new to me. This one is in color now. What's this? Moments of In Their Shoes takes place over the course of a year between March 21st, 2025 and March 20th, 2026. Can you rearrange them in chronological order? Pay attention to the clues in the dialogue. Ooh, there's a puzzle aspect to this. Each level focuses on specific moments. You still need to play 3 more to unlock the timeline. Come back later. Okay. Well, since I kind of know him already, let's look at Alex. Your keywords are bola huevo. He's living proof of the theory that padel was invented for failed tennis players. I'm not familiar with padel. It's a sport, I'm sure. Colonialism. The fact that his partner is Eritrean or has Eritrean origins, helps to quell his subconscious colonial guilt. Hope. He started losing his hair when he was 21. Maybe now, 20 years later, it'll start growing back. So he's 41. Mosh pit. He can pogo with the best of them. Big into concerts. Nice guy. He's just trying to do the right thing. Okay. Let's play this one. Alex is on his way back from work when he receives a call from his girlfriend Irene. Hey. Hey babes, all good? Yeah, great. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. Don't think about it. I think he's going to be thinking about whatever that was. Yeah, great. Why? Dunno. You sound kind of weird. Did something happen? No. Nothing. Well. I missed the train. I got laid off. Now, this moment was in the demo as well. I think if you say that you want to tell her, he won't tell her. Sometimes these characters don't listen to you. But I'm going to try to make him tell the truth. I tried and tried in the demo to make him tell her the truth, and he wouldn't. But I'm still going to try because I think it's the right thing to do. I got laid off. What? Who got laid off? Sorry, I'm in a noisy bar and the connection isn't great. What? No, waylaid. I got waylaid and missed the metro. Oh, okay, I thought you said something else. Cool, catch the next one, yeah? Story impact. It was the last one. There's the general strike today. I'm walking back. Walking? How are you going to do that? I'll get there when I get there. Okay, remember, we have an appointment to view that apartment again at 7. Yeah. I'm already here. Right under the damn balcony, so yes, I remember. I'll be there. Are you tired? Grumble. Oh my god, my cat is right in my face. Go, get down. Are you tired? We can say no, it's all good, or we can grumble. This is our girlfriend. She knows us. We already tried to be honest with her once, and yeah. What's up, work trouble? Not really. Nothing in particular. The usual bullshit. Are you sure? You don't seem very convinced. Oh, for fuck's sake. She knows that the one thing that's guaranteed to make me feel like shit is banging on about whether I'm sure everything's alright. It's like the cat in the box that's both alive and dead at the same time. What was it called? Schroeder's cat? Fuck my life. Keyword unlocked. We got that by, looking at his thoughts. Okay. So, those can be unlocked by thoughts, not just choices. You don't seem very convinced. Yeah. I guess he's in an angry mood, so I could imagine him blowing up at her, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to blow up at her. Okay, cool. See you at the house at 5 to 7, yeah? If it looks like you're going to be late, call a motor hello, okay? Actually, there is something. It's pretty crazy that you work for a scooter sharing company, but you never take a scooter. You know the score. Hey, you remember the story about the guy with the cat in the box? What was his name? Schroeder? Schrodinger. Schroeder's the big bad in the Ninja Turtles. No, he's not. He's from Peanuts. I think his name was Shredder. Are you sure? Yeah, though. I'm the one who watched Ninja Turtles, not you. Oh yeah, of course. Schroeder's the kid from Peanuts. Exactly. You never watched boys' cartoons. What, and Peanuts is a girl's cartoon? So we can have banter with our girlfriend, sexist banter with our girlfriend, or tell her the truth. I'm going to keep banging on to tell her the truth, Alex. Irene, we need to talk. I don't know if I'm going to make it for 7. But it's important. We fixed the appointment for the final viewing. We didn't fix anything. You fixed the appointment. Can't you go on your own? No, it isn't that I can't go on my own. I don't want to go on my own. Otherwise, it's the same old story. You're wrapped up in your work. I take care of the house. Pardon me for working. We might need my job to pay the mortgage, don't you think? We do need your job, but that's not all we need. So about the appointment? You don't have a job right now, Alex. Tell her. Tell her that's the reason you don't want to see the apartment, is that you might not be able to afford it. But if we tell her, it just seems like he's gonna get angrier at her. Irene, there's something I have to tell you. So tell me. I'm already here. At the apartment. Seriously? Why didn't you say so? Well, I wanted it to be a surprise. Okay, well, see you there at 5 to 7. Wait, what does Schrodinger's cat have to do with anything? Nothing. Just saying. It was something else. I'll tell you tomorrow. So frustrating. Alright, we got some new keywords for Alex. We got pizza time. He maintains that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a cartoon for boys. Okay. Just because you watched it and your girlfriend didn't, maybe you're not so nice a guy. Schrodinger. If there's one thing that's guaranteed to get him down, is asking him if he's sure he's alright. Another thing I like about the fact that there are 26 keywords is not just that it's impressive that they came up with them. It's also that it forces these characters to be layered in a way I don't think a lot of games really, or media in general, forces their characters to be layered. I like it a lot. Like, there's some contradiction in here already. There's things you wouldn't guess. Like, you wouldn't guess he's into tennis from the fact that he likes Ninja Turtles, or you wouldn't guess that he doesn't like to be bothered about whether he's okay based on anything else. Like, he's not just one thing. Alright. So, we have the option to play them again, and we can unlock another keyword by making other choices. But I feel like what I want to do is go through the game one moment at a time and then go back to collect keywords. Especially since our choices have impacts on other parts of the story. I think we get a little bit more of a natural and genuine read of the game that way. Or at least how I read the game. Alright, Nina. You are not in the demo. Let's see what you're all about. Nina, cross my heart. The only thing she can promise you is that she will never betray herself. Ah, authenticity. I like that. Deep state. During the pandemic, she plastered "birds aren't real" stickers all over Milan. Loose cannon. She might not be the best mediator on the planet, so she is a little quirky, she's a little out there. Nouvelle vague. For her, getting through your 30s with your dignity intact means watching Sharknado once a month. Overcoming. She has a tacky tattoo on her left thigh that says Miss Independent. Alright, I feel like I've started to get a good idea of what you're about, Nina. Responsibility, where there's one who asks and one who answers. While Nina is visiting the Museum of the 20th Century, she gets a call from the Scruples journalist who wants to interview her. Hi, Nina. This is Elettra. I'm a journalist currently collaborating with Scruples. Alright, we only have 2 thought tokens. Maybe I want to save one towards the end. A mutual friend, Olga, gave me your number. I want to write an honest article about the world of polygamy, and she said you'd be the best person to talk to. Pleased to make your acquaintance, Elettra. I mean, I'm curious what she's thinking. One day they took me on this whole trip about what art really is and about how it shouldn't be able to save us, but does anyway. So her mind is still in the art museum. I wanted to know her thoughts on polygamy. I'm touched by Olga's faith in me, but I gotta tell you, I'm not the best person at explaining things. Are you sure she didn't tell you to contact me to talk about polyamory rather than polygamy? You're right, but that's just it. It's important that somebody clarifies these things. We could start by getting to know each other. What are you up to? Well, right now I'm at the Museum of the 20th Century. 10 years since I moved to Milan, and this is my first visit. There's an exhibition telling people stories through their footwear. It's pretty funky, actually. Meta. And this evening, I'm going to get wasted at the Hippies and Yuppies concert. One night only in Milan. Huh. Sorry, I didn't mean what are you doing right now, but in your life. What's your job? Working on anything interesting? Silly me. I made the rookie mistake of forgetting that work is Milan's raison d'etre. Continue honestly or continue polemically? Give me 1 second. I gotta look something up. Polemically. Expressing a strongly critical attack on or controversial opinion about someone or something. So we can be honest and authentic to ourselves, or we can be really controversial and raise eyebrows. I think authenticity is important to Nina. I do a few different jobs. Right now I'm a mystery shopper and a dog sitter. So we could say that for Nina, plurality is a way of life. Plurality means something different, lady. Multiple jobs, multiple partners. Let's move on to the questions, Nina. You've made this seriously girl boss decision to have 2 fiancés. Tell me a bit about them, what they do for a living, and what you do when you're together. Don't overestimate me, Elettra. I've never been a girl boss, and they aren't really 2 fiancés. None of us are planning on getting married. That's why fascists destroy books, paintings, games, and films. Because fascists don't like being confronted with who they really are. Yeah, she's still thinking about art. She's still thinking about the field trip she took. And maybe she's thinking a little bit about this woman who is twisting her words a little bit into thinking that she's talking about marrying multiple partners. And each of us has our own independent network of relationships and friendships. We might meet each other's partners and we might become friends with them, but that isn't necessarily the case. So, 0 responsibility. You make it sound pretty tempting, Nina. Stop twisting my words, Elettra. Irritated. I'd say that looking out for the well-being of more than one person is the opposite of an absence of responsibility. That and, well, working through your own anxieties until you figure them out. Okay. I get it. I'm sorry. Olga clued me in on your sense of irony. My bad. But you were telling me about the other people in your relationships, what they do for a living. My 3 true hearts are called Giulio, Florian, and Gaia. True hearts, that's so cute. I'm interested in polyamory, but I've never, actually delved into it, so I don't know if this is, a polyamorous word, or, is this, date mate? Is this, a, gender-neutral boyfriend-girlfriend? I love that. True hearts. Maybe it's an Italian thing, and it's translated. Out of respect for their privacy, I should probably avoid telling you anything that would let your readers identify them. Sorry. Giulio, Florian, Gaia. I like the name Florian. Let's talk about Florian. Florian's the one who made me realize I'm polyamorous. He came into my life 3 years ago, fresh out of enrolling at uni, and he turned my whole world upside down. And the world of my roomie, Nevio, given that they've been seeing each other for the previous few months. Ooh, so you got a toy boy. That's not even what that phrase is. Ironic or indignant? Should we... This lady's really annoying me. Indignant. You should rename your magazine No Scruples. What? Why? Because there's a difference between asking questions and being judgmental. And my toy boy is a climate activist who fights every day to make the city a better place. At just 23 years of age, he already has a clear and complex vision of the world around him, unlike some of the people my age with their Teslas and bow ties. Oh, and he fucks like a god, if that's what you wanted to know. Alright, calm down, it was just a question. I appreciate your frankness, Nina. Who would you like to tell me about next? Gaia. Gaia means so many things to me. She kept on believing in me when no one else could bear to be anywhere near me. She's the first person I call every morning. I just want to check in on her, and she just wants to know what I dreamed about that night. And she makes incredible Culingionis pasta. Would you say Gaia was just a friend? What? This lady. They're lesbians, Electra. We've been through it all together. Her accidents, heartbreak, or divorce. I'm her emergency call center and she's mine. So no, I wouldn't say she was just a friend. What I meant was, you aren't romantically or sexually involved with her, are you? Like what we usually mean by partners. That's true, but it doesn't make Gaia any less important than Florian or Giulio. Okay, so I was wrong too. I love her, that's all. I don't feel any need to make any further distinctions. Now tell us about Giulio. I've known Giulio for years, but we only fell in love recently, and unexpectedly. He's Gaia's ex-husband, and he's a miserable old curmudgeon with a big heart. What made you change your feelings for him after so much time? I think it was just a self-esteem issue. I'd always thought of Giulio as a sort of unapproachable intellectual giant. But then I found out he enjoyed my company while he's pondering the mysteries of life, and that was when I stopped being scared of falling in love with him. What's the toughest issue to deal with in a polyamorous relationship? Finally, a normal question. It might sound a bit weird, but the real problem is working out our schedules. That's what I've heard. It's mostly a question of logistics. Every week you have to figure out when you'll get to see each of your partners or when we can all get together to make a pizza. Come on, is that as bad as it gets? No jealous rivalries, and she's back. Doesn't it get to you when Nevio goes out with Giulio and Gaia? Doesn't Gaia get upset that you're screwing her ex-husband? Slow down, Electra. I don't screw her ex-husband. I love him. And the thing that Gaia gets really upset about is all the sandals I borrow and never give back. And Nevio gets it on with Florian, but not with me. And neither Julia nor Gaia get it on with Florian or with Nevio. Wait a minute, Nina, I'm lost. So Nevio only goes out with Florian? Yep. Poor Nevio, he has a hard enough time managing just the one partner. That's me, honestly. I like to think I would be polyamorous if I weren't so socially inept that I can barely handle one partner. And like I said, Gaia and Giulio are divorced, even if they live together and still love each other. But to answer your question, should we continue formally? Angrily. It's just about the most banal question you could ask me. The first thing people ask on dating apps or at a party. Do we ever get jealous? Obviously, we're only human, so we're as insecure as anybody else. But it doesn't become a big issue because we all talk it through together. And because I guess none of us see jealousy as a healthy part of a relationship, let alone as something romantic. Anyway, most of the time, we do talk about jealousy. When we do talk about jealousy, I guess, it's because we're making fun of people asking us that question. Have you ever shared a bed all together? Oh yeah, life is just one long orgy. Even now, here, at the museum. Fair, that was a stupid question, wasn't it? Well, yeah, it was pretty stupid. And what about sexual health? How do you deal with birth control? Do you have any plans to have children? Talk about birth control, tell her you don't want children, tell her that isn't an appropriate question. It's not an appropriate question. I'd say that isn't your problem. No need to be rude, you can just say you'd rather not answer the question. One last question. Are there any downsides to this lifestyle? Do you ever feel like you're missing out on anything? Admit the truth or tell her everything's fine. I mean, I, the player, kind of want to know the truth, but Electra does not deserve the truth. Electra has been an asshole this entire time, and she is looking for a downside, and I'm not going to give it to her. Nina, I hope you get to speak your truth someday, but right now, no, I'm very lucky. Very lucky. I've asked all my questions, but you haven't given me much to play with. I suppose I might be able to work this into a piece on how rude people are in the big city these days. Says the hack sniffing around for a gruesome scoop after claiming she wanted to write an honest article. Is that it then? I don't suppose you could recommend any, less hostile people I could ask these questions to? Hang up. Okay. Ooh, we got loafers now, and we unlocked some new characters. What else have we learned about Nina? Queer. She's in a polyamorous relationship with Giulio and Florian and Gaia. Weekly planner. She maintains that the real challenge in any relationship is scheduling. Ain't that the truth? Alright, so we've got loafers now. I guess everyone has a loafer story. And we can meet Lara and Vale. I mean, I'm not gonna play their stories right now, but let's, read up on them first. So Lara, algorithm. Through her own efforts, she's become a relatively successful book talker. Certainties. Age 38, she is only sure of a few absolute certainties. One is the pleasures of a good book. Destial Gate. She felt a sense of community when tweeting indignantly about the last episode of Supernatural. One thing, I don't even like Supernatural, but I am chronically online enough that I know exactly what is meant by Destial Gate. And one of the things that made me sure, okay, I'm gonna like this game is the fact that they use that word in one of the characters' keywords. Very fun. Health. She believes in the healing power of laughter. And legacy. She's the only one in her circle of friends to own her own house. Ooh. Big girl. Okay. And Vale. Home sweet home. They recently moved into an apartment with Danny, their better half. ISFJ personality. They're introverted and struggle to make themselves heard. Never ending. They spend 1/6 of their days stuck in traffic on the Beltway. Quickness. They dream of becoming a professional speed runner and setting new world records. This person's a gamer. I'm gonna like them. XP. They spent 3/4 of their 30 years playing video games. I haven't quite gotten up to 3/4 yet, so I guess next time we will I mean, we have the option. Does everyone have a loafers? Everyone has loafers, everyone has sandals, but I think next time we will start off with getting to know Laura and Vale through their sandals. Until then, I have been Mars, and I will be back with more in their shoes.